Hey guys, so I just got back from watching Black Adam for the second time, and you all have been asking me to give you my spoiler thoughts. So here they are. Black Adam is out. If you have not seen it yet and you do not want to be spoiled, come back to this video later. But if you have seen it, let's get into those spoilers. Let's talk about Black Adam. Okay guys, so as I said in my review, there are certainly some issues, some of which I really could not dive into because, well, they're massive spoilers. So let's start with the basics, just in case you haven't seen my spoiler-free review. I loved the action, more or less. The story is not great, and there was some things that made it extremely predictable, which we'll get into in a second. But I do think The Rock was absolutely born to play Black Adam, and I loved seeing the Justice Society come to the big screen. I thought Pierce Brosnan and Aldous Hodge were incredible. The other two were okay, but again, I have some issues with them that I'll get into in a second. So that was kind of my overall thoughts. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I said it is not perfect, but it is freaking fun. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed it even more the second time around. The action is so great. I saw it in IMAX. See this on the biggest screen possible if you can. Now, let's dive into those spoiler issues. My biggest one, the biggest issue with the entire thing, and this is a massive spoiler, guys, is that Dr. Fate did not need to die. I will die on that hill. There was no reason for him to die. It was just like Charlie in Lost, you know, as the thing closed up. Like, there's no reason for this, and it drives me insane. I hate when people die needlessly, just like in Man of Steel, right? When his dad died, and it's like, this is so stupid. You could go save him. Why did he just die? This was very similar. Like, Black Adam was already released. He was already on his way there. It felt like there was no need for him to die except to make me sad and to have Pierce Brosnan have no way back into the DCEU. And he was one of the best parts of this film. So I was very upset that that happened. I thought it was dumb and stupid. And like I said, I will die on that hill. That was very frustrating death for me because it didn't feel like it was necessary, okay? Again, I also said that there was a weak villain. I didn't feel like there was a need for this villain and that part of the story. I enjoyed very much the Justice Society against Black Adam. I think there was definitely a story in there that they could have used without this whole side villain crazy thing. I don't know. And then he was like a hot CGI mess at the end, which DC is... They're known for their big, giant CG villains at the end of movies, and they don't always work out well. Usually they don't work out well, let's put it that way. So it was a little frustrating. There was some CGI missteps, although I was very happy with it for the most part. The action was a lot of fun. One thing that I mentioned in my spoiler-free review, and I will say again, is that the slowdowns, right? The slowdown, like at the beginning in the first big massive fight scene, very cool. Still cool in the second fight. Starting to get really old in the third fight, and then it just continues on, and you're like, all right, like it looked cool, but now you're just overusing it. I did enjoy it in the final fight. It was kind of like you should have done it at the beginning, and then you should have done it at the end, and there you go. It would have worked out so much better. Like, for example, the scene in the boys' room was just like, oh my gosh, it was one slowdown after another, and it just got old. I also think the comedy was a bit of a miss for the most part. And this is what I said before. Adam Smasher felt very like he was trying to be Ant-Man, but like, you're not Paul Rudd. So the delivery just wasn't there. Any of the lines that I laughed at were never his, and I know he tried so hard to be funny, and so I do kind of feel bad because I did enjoy his chemistry with Cyclone. I liked Adam Smasher and Cyclone. I'm interested to see where things go with them from here. But, I don't know. The only stuff I laughed at was stuff that The Rock said, like the whole sarcasm stuff I thought was really funny, and I laughed out loud about that when he was like, oh, he didn't make it. When he killed the guy, like that sort of stuff was funny. I felt like it was a bit of a miss, like that, or poor decision, I guess maybe is the word, to have The Rock at the beginning. Now, this is something I talked about that made the story very predictable for me. I knew that was The Rock. Listen, they tried to hide his voice a little bit, and they tried to hide his face, but like, you are not missing that jawline. That is very recognizable. That is The Rock. And I knew from the very beginning, the person talking to the little boy was The Rock. So I was like, is The Rock like cameoing as his own dad? that's weird. And then it didn't take me very long to figure out, oh, okay, he's like Black Adam, and the boy obviously gets the power, something's going to happen, and they're going to pass it along to him. So that was a little frustrating, and it made that whole kind of reveal that Black Adam is the boy's father. It wasn't really a reveal for me. I was like, yeah, I know, because I saw him at the beginning of the movie. So that was kind of a misstep as well. But like I said, overall, this is just a fun movie. Like, it's an absolute blast. It is action-packed. Like, they are not messing around. They're like, here's action, and then we're just going to throw in a whole ton of action. Granted, it's probably to help, cover up the story that's not the best story, but it's still fun. I love seeing these people on the big screen. I cannot wait to see what we get from here. Of course, there's that mid-credit scene with Superman and Henry Cavill, and his suit looks amazing. I love his more classic look. He's got the curl going on, and he looks so good. It's so great to see him back, because I loved Man of Steel. I love me some Henry Cavill as Superman, so I was very, very, very excited to see him back. So overall, this is a fun movie for me. I think it's a great introduction to Black Adam. I'm excited to see more. It's a great introduction to the Justice Society. I am very, very mad Pierce Brosnan won't be back, because it was stupid that he died. But, that's my overall thoughts. You guys let me know your spoiler thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You guys can follow me over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.